Hey everyone, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Today we play random, and we acquire... Oh boy, that's not what I expected. Alright, so we're doing a Lost run. Fun! I actually like the Lost. Given the Holy Mantle, the Lost is a completely playable character. Because you have Flight and Spectral Tears as well. When they finally added Spectral, life became much nicer. D4 is terrible, want to get rid of it as soon as I can. But other than that, we in good shape. Life is a good place. Dude, nice item. Sadly, the Holy Mantle is not tied to the character, so I can't just like take that item and re-roll it, because I'd be re-rolling my Holy Mantle as well, and then I'd be screwed. So I'll still take it because it's a speed up. It's still got that value. Well, setting me up for something, aren't you, game? Sadly, that won't trigger on Holy Mantle getting hit, I don't believe. They didn't make on-hit effects for the Lost just, like, work. Unless they changed that, but I don't think they changed that. So... another useless pickup. That's the only thing about the Lost that I don't like, is there are just so many useless pickups every run. But Nod Leaf, if I sit still without doing anything for a few seconds, then I become invincible to literally everything. Wow, this is gross. Calm down, friendo. I really don't like this. Stop. There you go. Now that you're on the same side, neither of you do big jump. You are welcome to keep doing small jump. Just don't split yourselves across me. As long as you're on the same side, everything is fine. And nobody's gonna die except you. Okay, we did it. Excellent, damage up, speed up. So we're already almost max speed. We've got a ton of damage. Let's see what we can turn this into. I would love to, but like, nah. That ain't worth without a teleport. Like, it probably is, because I doubt I'd die or get hit or anything, but as far as safety is concerned, it's not a safe play. And I'm not strong enough that not safe plays sound appealing. Nice, that was perfect. Gotta be a little more careful of fires right now because I'm so fast. Like, that's an easy mistake to make. Tinted rocks aren't super worth, but you can still get small rocks, so they're kind of worth. Wafer, literally useless. This would be a great run if I were any other character. As it is, I've gotten one useful pickup. Well, 3 useful pickups, but only like one that I want, you know? Because like, I don't need the speed up from Blood Bag, but it'll help ultimately. I would love another use item, though. Wafer is useless. Nod Leaf, technically useful, but I don't plan on putting any use to it. And that's it. Blood Bag, useful for the speed up, but if I've got this much speed this quickly, I'll probably end up with, like, max speed and then some somehow. 7 cents, you be good. Humbling Bundle is actually fantastic. All pickups are 1+1 freestyle if they are bombs, keys, full red hearts, or pennies. So that's good. That will make me good money. Good fat stacks. Larry Jr., Tinted Rock here. Now just a stupid grub. Calm down, friend. Don't make weird movements. I do not like weird movements. So all devil deals are free for the Lost, which is great. This gives me a lucky penny. But it doesn't matter if they're free if they don't contain anything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, so good devil deal. We got tons of value out of that. I don't have a teleport. I'm just leaving. So not a great start. Not a great start at all. But what's a guy to do? So another Curse of the Blind. That's pretty sucky. Since that means I'm once again just taking items I have no clue about. Which doesn't matter since so many of them are useless, but there are so many items that I don't want. So, gotta hope I don't get screwed, basically. Play it patient and don't hit space for any reason. It's one of the things I wish they'd fixed. Because, like, you have an item that's actively detrimental to your ability to succeed. So either I feel that we shouldn't have the Holy Mantle, or we should not have D4 anymore. I was a very strong proponent of D4 as Lost starting item before they added, you know, before there was any inkling that they would add Holy Mantle. Because D4, it's interesting, you can start more runs, and more runs become useful runs, because any useless items that you get, you can just reroll your build and suddenly have a chance at something else that's less useless. And you just run through starts twice as quickly because you can just reroll the first item you pick up. But then they added the Holy Mantle, and it was like, well, yeah, you have to do a bunch of greed mode to get it, but it's actually just you're never going to use your active item again. And that was very sucky. So Eden's Blessing is a Tears Up, and next run I'll start with a random item. And then we got a Tears Up hill, so we're already almost at max tears, which is awesome. So for the random item that I start with next run, it can be an active item if the character doesn't have an active item, otherwise it's just a passive item. Eden will spawn with 2 passive items, of course. Range up, that's not very appealing. It's Curse of the Blind, I'm just gonna go. This is gonna be a little bleh. It's just one of those rooms where it's kind of scary, easy to take one hit, just kind of accidentally because you can't see the full screen at the full room at all times. As long as you stay on the outskirts like I did, then nothing can spawn like to the side of you. Like everything is limited in its range of spawn location every time it comes up. But it's the verticality that makes it kind of difficult. Well, thank goodness the portal died quickly, at least. Okay, so I found the boss. Awesome. I would like to find the item room first this time, however, so I'm gonna go do that. Now, technically, I shouldn't just do rooms that I don't have to do on this character. I should minimize the amount of rooms that I actually go into because that just minimizes my danger. But here I am anyway. So I move when they do a big jump because I'm not sure if it still does the thing where they will hit me for a frame within the rock before they're teleported out. And I would like to avoid that if it's not fixed. Don't need to double my shot speed, that is for certain. I would like to go to the shop. Okay, well this guy can die immediately. And this guy can die really easily. Then everything's great. Bombs are key, doesn't really matter. This room is stupid. Like, it's actually really stupid. I should have died there, honestly. Like, most of the time you get to this room, you cannot deal with it. So I really don't believe this room should exist. Lucky to make it out of that. Tech point 5 is fantastic, however. Chance, as long as I'm holding shoot, that I'll shoot a laser that does full damage and sometimes has random worm effects. So the most important purchase here is going to be Black Candle, no more curses for the rest of the run. But I'm going to make BFFs happen as well, so all of my familiars will be increased in size and doubled in damage. If I get any. There's not really much reason to have this, but more drops from poops means more money since I have doubled money. Well, doubled pennies. It's something. It's cool. Alright, so this shouldn't be too bad since I significantly increased my DPS with Tech point 5. So all in all, this is a pretty okay damage run. Okay, so now I have max tiers, a little bit of extra shot speed. No reason not to pick that up. Because now I track that on the ground. If I make a circle, it does 10 damage to enemies that walk on it. Over time, you know, keeps doing 10 till it disappears. It's not very good, but it's not like actively bad for me in any way. So no reason not to just take it. Still have my D4, which is like ridiculous. So curse rooms, while technically you can do them, a lot of the time they're not worth it because you could get hit. And then you're just dead. It's like, well, sucks to be you. But instead we got increased chance at chest drops, which is great. I have a bunch of resources and chests will only get me more, especially with Humbling Bundle. Okay, just being careful in this room. Also a Guppy piece. This would be a great Guppy run. Made a little bit of damage. Alright, so now I have both of those. I'm back where I started. This is going to be a hard room. If I just focus them down... Okay, we're good now. All I had to do was focus down the jumping dudes while the spiders hadn't moved too much. And we in business. Don't walk into the beam. That worked out perfectly. Alright, back to being a little bit smaller. I don't want to get too small, though. I play significantly worse when I get really small. Like, I don't know, I have some huge issue dealing with my hitbox being so small, and I just dodge into tiers constantly, which makes no sense, but that's just my experience with it, and who might argue with experience right here? Yeah, that's not happening. Not taking that on a lost run. That doesn't do anything for me, because I already have the max regular tiers. The only way to get past 5 tier delay, down to 4 or, 3, 2, 1. Oh. I was wondering where another one was. Anyway, the only way to do that is by getting tier delay down, which regular tiers up is not. So that's always a magician card. Has no real value for me. Alright, you can always tell when pennies are lucky when you have Humbling Bundle, which is nice, because lucky pennies are guaranteed to be single pennies rather than double pennies. So, assuming I hit 99 cents, which you pretty much always do with Humbling Bundle, I won't actually have to pick up every penny just in case. Which is pretty nice. Alright, I'm good to fight. I'm not, like, happy about it, but I want a little more safety in my life. But that was a really easy Loki fight. Not very helpful. Size down, tears up, soul heart. So 3 things, well, the size down's okay, but the 2 other things are just worthless to me. So, this room, not a fan. Any room with a bunch of Mr. Maws, not my favorite. Mr. Maws are hard not to get hit by when they have grouping. So we made it out probably because we have pretty good tiers and okay damage paired with it. And maybe because I'm a little small. But I wouldn't give that one too much credit because I'm not good at dealing with being small. Another hard room. I need to play the patience game here until I see a good pattern. Like this. Because it's better than getting hit. Okay, so Soul Heart obviously worthless. Okay, I want to kill... Well, actually, I don't need to worry about that one as much as I normally do, since I can fly. I would love to do that, but I would only do it if I teleported out. Once again, I don't really want to mess with boss challenge rooms because more boss fights than I have to do. Especially when this one could be the one... Could be one of the hard ones. I'm not really sure. I don't remember where the hard ones are. Which is part of the problem. Thank you for finally being something that gave me keys. I mean, I guess I can do this. It could give me a luck up. And I just have so much money that it doesn't matter. It didn't. Nice thing about flight, though, there are very few things that I can just get damaged by being stupid. And running into them without paying attention. I was gonna say, what? I didn't kill that thing. I didn't realize it was one that goes invisible. I really don't like that. Alright, do it again. Cool. Mind, very good, worth taking. Gives me the full map for every floor, including both secret rooms. You know, it's probably not a good idea given the information that I provided you all. But here we go anyway. We going small. So there's not much value in checking the sacrifice room as the lost, since you can't even use it once. Holy Mantle is overridden if you try to use the sacrifice room with it. It just doesn't count for anything. So here we go. I could have gone to the top secret room, I guess, but top secret rooms are only so valuable most of the time. Like, there's pretty much, there are like 2 that I could have good things happen for me with. There's the one with the fires and the bomb chests, which is kind of dangerous, since if one of them is a red fire and it just like decides that it wants to shoot me when I'm not paying attention, or just that it wants to shoot me at a bad time, take damage, risky. If there are 2 of them, they could chain me. So there's that one, and then there's the one with a bunch of runes, but that has 4 of the stupid enemies that go invisible. Easy to get hit by them as well. Now there we go. That's a pickup. Increases my damage and speed. Okay, I don't really care about either of those, so away we go. Are you telepills? No, but you're pretty fly, and the fly is like way bigger than I am. This room is some booty. I'm gonna bomb out of here. Dealing with those enemies is not worth it in my opinion. This room at least is easy, like it kind of sucks, but these guys, I can just chill and they can't get to me because none of them is a ghost champion. See, no problem. Pretty fly, awesome. Some flies and a speed down, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so just don't get hit stupidly. Pay attention if any of them are 4-way, and they're not, so life is good. So I've got a nice clean 7 damage. Any room with lumps is pretty annoying as well. Lumps can kind of do whatever they want. But at least none of them had a fly. If a lump has a fly, the fly runs around. You know, stuff works. Gotta play the bloat patiently. Normally I don't play the bloat patiently. But fortunately, and I don't know how everyone thinks it's not, bloat's a really easy boss. You can shoot the eyes to change their trajectories, and you can just bomb it every time it moves and do nothing. If you want. Like, if you want to work around shooting it, also not too bad. Okay, looks like we would get a minor skip for the secret room here. So I guess I'll do that. Cool, why not? So the question is, I have to do 2 rooms or 2 rooms. It doesn't matter which one I bomb into, so I'll just bomb into this one. This isn't that bad. And then I make it look like it's pretty bad by almost getting hit twice. thank you, based flies, for not getting me killed. Or not letting me, you know, take the damage. That could lead to me getting killed. Okay. Always check the boss challenge room. But really only do it if it's got a really good item in it. This is a hard room to avoid damage as well. Leeches are pretty annoying. But we handled it well. Okay, so normally, since I have flight, I would just run straight through all of the grimaces, because you can just do this. But that usually gets you hit, and in the event that I mess up, I don't want to get hit twice. So, It Lives actually pretty tough when you have to be super careful about getting hit. Fortunately, I have two flies that are, you know, much larger than I am. And BFFs with them, so they are even larger still. Which is why they're larger than I am. But that just means their hitboxes are way bigger than they appear like they should be. I don't like this. I like this. Whoops. I got hit once, but that could have been a lot worse. Krampus is not bad at all. Okay, so I always just do half angles that make it so that my dodge is correct no matter which one. And finally we have a replacement use item. So we out of here. Not worth going to the secret room. Not worth fighting this room. I'm surprised that hit. I want to actively avoid any room I can that has those ghosts in them. Ghosts are stupid. I hate those enemies as well. They can really screw you over. And I want to avoid that when I can only get hit once per room. Okay, we're fine. Like, I don't have the DPS that makes me want to deal with the ghosts. Wow, I should not have gotten out of that unscathed. I'm never that lucky with the leeches. Alright, Isaac time. So I got a little bit of free damage in there with my active item. Not a ton, though. And as usual, the angelic babies are really the biggest of my worries. Oh, that was 2 hits? I thought I was still glowing. That kind of sucks. See, I thought I got hit, and then I was like, no, I'm still glowing. I must have just not gotten hit there. But turns out I did. And that's just kind of how the Lost goes. But like now that the Lost has the Holy Mantle, it's pretty consistent to get, like, you can do a Lost streak if you want. It's not that hard to win with the Lost once you are decent at the game for this kind of play. Like, for not getting hit play rather than winning play. So, that was just unfortunate. But like I said, angelic babies are the part that make me uncomfortable with that fight. They're the reason that it's hard to not get hit consistently. So, you know, that's life. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.